안녕하세요, 여러분. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to keep it brief. I want to show you 5 ways that I can talk to Koreans online, and of course that means 5 ways that you can have conversations with Koreans online, either for friendship or language practice, or just getting to know someone on the other side of a phone. So stick with me to find out. So the first way I communicate with Koreans is on random apps like these 2 apps, Goodnight app and Maum app. So a little heads up for the Goodnight app. That is where I mostly meet the most number of perverts. So I would tell you to be very careful when going on apps like Good. It has a high rate of Koreans on there. I have met friends, Korean friends that are nice people from the app as well. So it's like it has a good side and it has a downside. For the Maum app, it can connect you with not just Koreans mostly. Now it connects you with people outside Korea. And based on how you set your profile on either of these apps, it will be able to help you to meet Koreans or meet people from a different area zone, but people who are just genuinely interested in language exchange. For example, on the Goodnight app, I put my language interest to language exchange, travel, and foreign languages. And so people that I get connected with, although you have to obviously wait some 2 to 4 hours before you sorry, not hours, minutes, 2 to 4 minutes, sometimes 5-10 minutes before you get connected with someone. So people who end up being connected with you are people who also have similar interests as you. And so even if you do meet someone who, especially on the Maum app, even if you do meet someone who isn't a Korean, it can be someone who speaks Korean. And I think for me especially, it's more about language practice for me. So I would like to have other foreigners who speak Korean or Spanish, because I've met someone today to which they speak Spanish together on WhatsApp, and I met that person from the Maum app. She's actually a French girl, but she speaks a little Spanish as well, so sometimes we communicate for language practice in Spanish. So that is to say, for the Maum app, it's more global or international, so it's not just strictly Koreans now. But for the Goodnight app I may first mention, that one you have more tendency to meet especially Korean men, because the app mostly connects you with men because of the settings and all. So be able to sieve out the Korean men for a conversation and not get connected to maybe Egypt or Afghanistan, because it can happen once in a while. It depends on the app or algorithm. Basically, if they notice that you have, because the app has 7 minutes of free calls, so if the app notices that you mostly finish your dialogue with these people from so region, for example now South Korea, the app most likely is going to keep bringing you people from that region. And so I had to set up my algorithm that way. And on my settings for the Goodnight app, it is my app name is actually my Korean name, Unbyur, and I wrote it with Korean characters. That way it helps the app get to know what you're looking for on the app. And then I set my languages on the app. My language is set to Korean. So in the app's head, because obviously I'm far away in Nigeria, the only reason out of 5 calls 4 of them would be Korean is because I've managed to set my app preferences to that way. And so I go there for language practices. And even though, like I said, I have met some people who say hurtful things, sexual things, or racist things, I've actually met good friends on both Goodnight app and Maum app, and so I highly recommend those 2 apps. Another app is Kakao Talk. So when I mentioned WhatsApp earlier, that was for international friends. For the Korean friends, Kakao Talk is like their WhatsApp. And so if you're a Korean learner, you should definitely have Kakao Talk. Like I said, it's like their WhatsApp. So you have to either have the person's phone number or like user ID. But if you don't, you can just go on Kakao Talk, like I've done this before, and you can open group chats or one-on-one chats and just tell me, let's learn Korean or let's practice Korean, and people get to message you. Or you can go on group chats, open chats like that, and join certain groups like that. You can search a group about K-pop, it's there. A group about K-dramas or Korean language, it's all there on Kakao Talk. And the fastest way to add someone, it's like getting their number from Goodnight app. I've added a lot of people on Kakao Talk that I met on Goodnight app and Maum app. So when the conversation is going great, because the Goodnight app and Maum for the Good Night app, I know it's 7 minutes. And Maum also, if the conversation is going great and you would like to further conversation with that person, you can just ask Kakao Talk here, which is, do you do Kakao Talk? Do you have Kakao Talk? And the person nice enough will give you their user ID, or you guys exchange IDs, whatever way. So yes, Kakao Talk is definitely a way in 2025 that you can meet and speak with Koreans. So I've actually used this app before to speak with Koreans online, although we never got to talking on the phone, and it is Hello Talk. So Hello Talk is an app that once left Nigerian iOS market. I don't know if it's back on the App Store, but I think it is, because people have been talking about it lately, which means a lot of people have just started hearing about Hello Talk, which is funny. Hello Talk has been there for a very, very long time, and it's like a little community of language learners. So if you have a question, you can post it on Hello Talk. It's like Twitter for language learners. So yes, naturally from there you get to meet Koreans who are also on the platform, and who knows, there could be your Sonbe or your private name, and you guys communicate. So we're done with apps. What about websites? So there are a few websites that I would recommend. There's this website where people go and they meet random people and they chat online. It's called Omegle. Hope I'm pronouncing that well. It's a website, and you can just go on it, set up a profile. It's a video chat website actually, and you can meet people from all over the world. And so I figured out that depending on how you set it, you can meet Koreans as well. So there is a place for languages, like the language you speak. The app will show you, and you can choose your language that, oh, you speak Korean, not English. And so obviously the app would naturally over time, I guess, send you Koreans, because I have spoken to about 3 Koreans on this app, and this was back then. I don't know about if it still works with Nigerian IP addresses now, because I've been finding it difficult lately to meet people. But it does work. I've used it on my laptop before, and so I definitely recommend it if you're looking for random Koreans online. Next is Hi Native. So Hi Native, how I met a Korean there, we actually exchanged emails on the comment section. So you get to ask a question on Hi Native, and you say, oh, how do I say maybe I'm sorry in Korean, and people would respond. You can ask more complex questions than that, and Koreans opt in and help you answer that in your comment section. So I actually asked the question once about 3 years ago on Hi Native, and a Korean and some other lady, they responded. So for the Korean, I responded, oh, can we exchange emails? And it was actually a lady, and she obliged. And yeah, I remember she was my son's name at one point. She really helped me with my pronunciations. So the last place that I would recommend is Interpals. I actually searched it one time and I set up a profile, but I didn't follow through with it. So you can definitely check out that website if you're looking to explore. So which of these apps and websites have you genuinely met a Korean online? You can let us know in the comments for people who genuinely are curious. Also, I never paid for any of these apps or websites, so if you're wondering if it's free, yes, it's free, because I use them for free. And you can definitely let me know how it goes, and good luck on your language journey. Annyeong, see you in my next video.